Section 8. 1. The Day of the Dead sounds scary. However, it is actually a joyful Mexican holiday for remembering dead relatives. Like other holidays, it is full of food. Families celebrate this holiday by setting up small tables for their dead relatives. They place food and drink on these tables for the spirits of their loved ones to eat and drink. They also decorate these tables with candles and skulls made of sugar. These sugar skulls are not always meant to be eaten. However, children are often allowed to enjoy this sweet candy. The food most commonly found on these tables is Day of the Dead bread. These round, sweet loaves are baked with the shapes of bones on top. Nearly everyone eats this bread during the holiday to remember their dead relatives.
Would you buy a bag without knowing what was inside? Many Japanese people do this. On New Year's Day, they buy fukubukuro, bags that have various mystery items inside. Fukubukuro came from a Japanese superstition. According to this superstition, people must not start the new year with anything that has been left over from the previous year. So stores put their leftover items into the bags. Then they sell the bags much cheaper than they normally would. Of course, the customers who buy fukubukuro do not know what items will be in the bags. If they are lucky, they might get expensive items, such as jewelry, for a low price. In Japanese, the word fuku means good luck, and the word bukuro means bags. Fukubukuro are truly
3.
lucky bags.
To most people, keys are common tools that are used to unlock doors or start cars. However, you may be surprised by the special meanings of keys in other cultures. In ancient Greece and Rome, people thought that keys allowed their prayers to reach the gods. They believed that keys unlocked the door between heaven and earth. They also saw them as symbols for remembering the past and looking forward to the future. In Japan, people believed that tying 3 keys together created a lucky charm. They symbolized keys that unlocked the door to love, money, and well-being. Some Romani people in Eastern Europe hang a door key with a metal ring over their bed. They think that it helps them sleep well. They also think that this keeps people from having
4.
nightmares.
You are walking down a street in Bangkok. Suddenly, people throw buckets of water on you and shoot water into the crowd. It is Songkran, Thailand's traditional New Year's celebration. This exciting festival takes place in April, when the new year starts based on the Thai calendar. The festival is about cleaning and making a new start. People clean their homes and wash statues of the Buddha. They also pour water on the hands of the elderly as a sign of respect. Over time, this has evolved into a giant water fight where people splash strangers with water. People from all around the world head to Thailand to watch and participate in the action. Throwing and splashing water during Songkran is a kind of blessing. It is supposed to chase away bad things. It also allows good things to come during
Section
the
9.
new year.
1. In the 1960s, the Soviet government made a terrible decision. They changed the direction of two rivers flowing into the Aral Sea, a salt lake. They did this in order to make water flow into nearby cotton fields. The results were shocking. The Aral Sea began to dry up. The sea has shrunk to 10% of its original size in the past 60 years, and the region has been destroyed. As the sea dried up, it left behind salty sand. It was picked up by the wind and carried across the land. This ruined farmers' fields and made people sick. Today, the destruction of the Aral Sea is considered one of the most tragic environmental disasters in human history. It reminds us that we should never destroy nature
2.
for human gain.
Millions of tons of plastic is produced and thrown away each year. Moreover, this plastic waste stays in landfills for too long before breaking down. A solution to these problems, however, may have been discovered by accident. One day, a beekeeper who is also a scientist removed some waxworms from her beehives. Waxworms usually eat the wax in beehives. After putting them in a plastic bag, she found that they had eaten holes in the bag. To find out more, scientists conducted an experiment. They put 100 waxworms in a plastic bag. The waxworms ate 92 milligrams of plastic in 12 hours, which is more than 1,000 times faster than any other creature. The waxworm's secret is their saliva. It causes plastic to quickly break down. Scientists hope to create sprays that work like waxworm saliva. If they are successful, it will help us get rid of our
3.
plastic waste.
Sanitation is a big problem in developing countries. Human waste has to be dealt with properly because it is toxic. If it is not, it can pollute drinking water, and this causes serious diseases. A Swedish company has found a solution: the pee-poo. The pee-poo looks like nothing more than two plastic bags, but it is a disposable toilet. It is made of special plastic that is not bad for the environment at all. In addition, the bag acts as a sanitation plant thanks to the urea inside it. When the urea mixes with the human waste, it breaks down into materials that kill dangerous bacteria. Then, since sanitized human waste is rich in nutrients, it can be used as safe and cheap fertilizer. Plus, this disposable toilet does not require water. This is a big advantage in countries where there is
4.
not much water.
Seeds are one of our Earth's most valuable resources. Using them, scientists can create new crops that may solve problems of the future, like unknown plant diseases or a lack of food. Sadly, this resource is disappearing. How can we protect them? When we have valuable things, we put them into a safety deposit box at a bank. Scientists do the same thing with seeds. They put them in the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. The vault used to be an old mine in an icy mountain in Norway. The mine was renovated to become the vault, which can bear extreme climate changes and nuclear explosions. Deep inside the vault, seeds from around the world are kept. They are put into special bags that are free of moisture and air. Therefore, all of the seeds will be safe, no matter what happens. For this reason, the vault was nicknamed the Doomsday Vault. 1. In 1929, historians found a mysterious old map. It was named the Piri Reis map. It was drawn on a gazelle skin by the Turkish admiral Ahmed Muhyiddin Piri. Only part of the map survives, but it shows much of the southern half of the Earth, including Antarctica. The map is amazing for 2 reasons. First, it shows Antarctica's northern coastline. Antarctica was unknown until 1819, but the map was drawn in 1513. Second, the map shows Antarctica without ice. How could these things be possible? Some historians say that Piri referred to 20 different maps, including one drawn by Christopher Columbus. The map that Columbus drew could have had information about Antarctica. Other people, however, say that Piri simply imagined the coast of Antarctica. Either way, unless historians find proof, the map will
2.
remain a mystery.
Imagine houses that you can take apart and then put back together. You can see houses like this, called trulli, in Alberobello, Italy. They were built with rocks, but without cement or other materials for holding the rocks together. Builders simply placed the rocks on top of each other. There is an interesting story behind this unique style. In the 17th century, people had to pay a high tax on their houses. Common people could not afford it. In order to trick the government, they built these special houses. When they heard the government workers were coming to the town, they quickly took their houses apart. Then, after the workers left, they put the houses back together. Today, trulli are so well preserved that they are still used as homes. Thousands of tourists go to Alberobello to see them. They have even been named a World
3.
Heritage Site.
In 1963, a man found a secret room beneath his house in Cappadocia, Turkey. Surprisingly, the room led to another and another. This was the discovery of Derinkuyu, an ancient underground city. The city has now been discovered to have 18 floors and reach a depth of 85 meters. It is big enough to hold about 30,000 people. Why was this huge city built? Some researchers think it was a place to hide from enemies because it has special doors. The doors, made of heavy stones, can be rolled like wheels to seal the city from the inside. Unlike what you might expect, the old underground city was probably quite comfortable. There was fresh, flowing water, and 1,500 tunnels brought fresh air to even the deepest floor. It also included shops, schools, churches, and space for farm animals. The city is so big that archaeologists are still finding
4.
new parts.
On the northeast coast of Northern Ireland, about 40,000 hexagonal columns of basalt make an amazing landscape of cliffs. This area is called the Giant's Causeway. a name that is based on an Irish legend. According to the legend, Finn McCool, an Irish giant, decided to go to fight his Scottish rival, Benadonner. There is a sea between Scotland and Ireland. So, Finn built a causeway and started to cross it. On the way to Scotland, he saw Benadonner and realized that his rival was too large to defeat. Finn came back and told his wife. Cleverly, she dressed him like a baby and laid him in a huge cradle. When Benadonner came to Ireland and found the baby, he thought the baby was Finn's son. "What a gigantic baby!" he cried. "His father must be enormous." Benadonner ran home quickly, destroying the causeway behind him. The giant's causeway is what remains.